Welcome to the first video of the series about the GPU testnet. In this series, I will show you how to quickly and easily use the new features of the network. However, in order for GPUs to be available for rent, there must be providers. That's why in this video we start with creating an Akash provider that will provide the network with storage, CPU, RAM, and its GPU available for rent. To keep it as simple as possible, we will use Praetor and create a single server provider. Please note that this video is a tutorial for the testnet. Although much of what is mentioned can be applied to the mainnet, there may be differences in the provider creation process. This video is divided into chapters so you can easily jump to the step that interests you. Enough with the introduction, now let's get started. First, requirements. In total, creating the provider will take about 40 minutes. What's needed? Hardware-wise, a server or computer with at least 8 CPU cores, 16 GB of RAM, 140 GB of storage, and an NVIDIA graphics card. Other requirements are that you run a Linux operation system like Ubuntu with SSH and drivers for the NVIDIA graphics card installed. You will also need a domain or dynamic DNS service if you're running the provider at home. If you're doing this tutorial on a Windows PC like I do, I recommend you install WSL to easily follow all the steps. In the second step, we create a wallet with Kepler. To do this, we go to the official site and install the browser extension. In my case for Chrome. After the installation, we click on the Kepler icon and create a new wallet. Please note that you should not share your seed phrase with anyone. Now we can just copy and paste the Akash address on the faucet page. If it shows a transaction hash, the request was successful. Now we come to the third step, installation of the provider with Praetor. For the first, we select GPU testnet and click on connect. Kepler opens and adds the testnet to the wallet. Accept both. After that, the wallet will also show the GPU testnet and the 25 testnet AKT tokens received. In this tutorial, we will set up a single server provider. For this reason, we click on one server. After this, we have to create the connection between Praetor and the server. For this, we enter the host name, in my case the IP, the SSH port and the credential Praetor should log in with. In my case, I have stored an unencrypted private key as a file. Now, we only select that we also offer a GPU of the type NVIDIA and click on next. In most cases, this step will not work immediately and you will get the same error. To fix this error, we need to connect to the server via SSH. For this, I start the virtual Linux machine and connect to the server using my credentials. First error could be that the user is missing the sudo group. For this, we enter the command groups Ubuntu and see that this is the case. Then we add the user to the sudo group with sudo add user ubuntu sudo. And as we can see now, the user has been added successfully. However, we need to make some more changes, and for this we type the command sudo vi sudo and change the entries as follows. At the end of the file we have to add an entry for our user, in my case Ubuntu. Now all permissions should be set correctly to continue. We click on next again and the installation process starts. This will take about 10 minutes. Next up is the most important step, the configuration of the provider. The first thing we need to do is to import the wallet of the provider. I recommend the manual option to be sure, but in this case I use the Praetor mode because it is only a provider on the testnet. Now I have to enter the seed phrase of my wallet and a strong password and click on verify. After this I have to enter my domain name as well as organization name. On the provider pricing page, you have to enter your prices. The best way is to use the calculator of Praetor. I skipped this step because the price is not important on the testnet. However, on the mainnet, this should be checked carefully. Afterwards, you can set other attributes like the region. The last thing we need to do is open the ports and adjust the DNS settings. I can adjust the DNS entries at the domain registrar, in this case Namecheap. To do this, I simply select the domain, click on Advanced DNS and add 2 new A records with the values provider and stars.ingress, as well as the IP of the server. After that, I make sure that all needed ports are open on my server. Usually it takes a few minutes until the DNS server distributes the new IP and the provider is reachable via the domain. To check this, you can use sites like whatsmydns.net. But as you can see, you should not rely only on one side. You can also just reload the Praetor side every few minutes. Now your provider should work successfully and the GPU should be displayed. In my case, however, this was unfortunately not. To fix this, I had to restart the server again. As you can see, after restarting the server, someone immediately requested a GPU and the provider bid on it. The provider is now successfully set up. If this video helped you, I appreciate a thumbs up or comment. If you have any questions, I recommend to join the official Akash Discord server or comment below. Thanks for watching and we see you in the next video.